Hello everyone, I'm Loganathan from the QA Automation channel. Welcome back to the next video in our Playwright JavaScript series. So what are we going to see today? It's all about locators. So let me create a new folder under the tests folder in the Playwright project. So for that I'm selecting tests and then I'm creating a folder locators. So let's start creating our tests inside this. And first let's understand, why do we need locators? As a human, when you go to any web application or a web page, you know that okay, this is a button and this is a text field, and say this is just a label or this is just a text message which is given for my understanding of this page, right? So as a human, you can identify each element present in the web page and you know what actions you have to perform on those elements. How are you doing it? You are visually seeing them. But for a computer to know what exactly each elements are, it needs something to identify them. So that is where these locators are coming handy. And Playwright has inbuilt locator mechanism. Okay, so it is offering so many different varieties of identifying objects on the application page. So first one is getByRole, second one getByText, next is getByLabel, and then getByPlaceholder, getByAltText, getByTitle, getByTestID, and finally by the locator. So we have help document very clearly defined in Playwright documentation. So let's go there. Yeah, it's already open. Good. So locators, as you see, they have given the syntax as well, right? Page dot get by role, page dot get by text, and so on and so forth. So they have defined all the locators that we can use, the locator strategy that we can use to locate an element on the page. Let me go to a page. Say this is the page, okay? I'm in the Google page, and as a human, I know this is a text box and I can type something here, but this is a button and I cannot type anything. I can only perform a click, and this is just a text. I cannot perform a click or I cannot type anything on it. So all those things I understand, but uh, how do an automation tool know that okay, this is a button, this is a text box, this is just a label? How does it know? It is all based on the DOM of the application. What is meant by DOM? I'll right click on, you can right click anywhere on the page and then you can do an inspect, and it opens the dev tool, browser dev tool, and here you can see the entire HTML structure of this web page. So this is what is called as DOM, document object model, and every element here is translated into text, right? So let me inspect it, and when I inspect this search box, it is now translated into 4-5 lines of text, right? So it says this is text area, this is what is called as the tag, and then everything after the tag that you are seeing is attribute. So this JS name is attribute, class is attribute, and then aria control is attribute, and then title is attribute, value is attribute. So likewise, whatever you see after this text area, all those are attributes. So there are a few important ones which we generally use in other automation tools, like say ID, class, and then what else? Yeah, value sometimes we use, and sometimes we use title. So all those things we use in other automation tools like Selenium. Those can be used in Playwright also, but Playwright has come up with a wonderful option with inbuilt locators mechanism, right? Locator strategy. So let us start learning them, and let's use them to identify the locators on the page. So if I want to identify this, what can I do? In the olden days, we all know that we will be writing an XPath or CSS, right? Let me copy this text area, and then if I just simply press anywhere and then press Ctrl F or Command F, here it will open a search box and you can type the node name text area, and you can see that there are 4 matches. So this says there are 4 text areas on this page. Maybe only one is visible and all other are hidden. That could be a reason why we are not seeing those 4 text areas. So one, it is highlighting this the moment I hit enter, and then next it is going to somewhere else, but it is not highlighting it, right? So it means that object is not present on the, or not enabled and visible on the web page. With that said, let us quickly inspect this button also, just for understanding. As you see, though we see this as a button, what they have done is the tag is input here, but the role is button here. Correct? So if I want to identify this element, the Google search element, then I cannot use simply button. I have to use the role and say that it is a button. Only then it can identify it. Okay, with that said, let's go straight away to our project, and here we'll start creating spec files and we'll see the locator strategy one by one. So let me start with getByRole. It is a very powerful locator, inbuilt locator strategy that is provided by Playwright. The reason is it is very stable. So under locators, I'm creating the first one, getByRole.spec.js. So guys, I'm giving the name as getByRole.spec.js. It is just for you to understand this test is exclusively for this keyword, right? But need not to provide the same name as this. You can give any name for your tests. Okay, let's start. As you all know, the first line of a Playwright script will be always importing the test, and we can import expect, but right now I'm not going to do it because I don't need it. Just from Playwright/test. Yeah, I have to respect the syntax. Okay, next is test. I'll give the name example for getByRole. getByRole, and then I'm going to create an async function, and it will be an arrow function. And inside which I'm passing the page fixture. Okay, so now the challenge would be finding a page where I can show the examples of all these different locator strategy. Right, so let me see if I can quickly think of any interesting page. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking of using amazon.in. Let me go there. Amazon. Nice. So let's take this as an example, and here this search box, let me inspect. This is good. So when we inspect the search box, as you see on the right side, on the accessibility tab, under the accessibility tab, you see ARIA attributes, right? So in this ARIA attributes, we can look for ARIA label and then role. So this is what is very important. We need this role. So the role is search box, and then I need the name, and the name is search Amazon in. So these are the two things I need for constructing this getByRole locator strategy. And this ARIA is nothing but accessible rich internet application roles. So this is for better accessibility. If I put it in a very simple and straightforward method, if say if a new person is getting in, or if a person who does not have much information about the application is getting in, he should also be able to understand what exactly this is going to do, right? The search box is going to do. So that's why the developers will follow those standards and create those elements. So when they are creating, they will ensure to provide these roles and the names and other ARIA specific attributes. So it should be good enough for you to understand this much. And if you really need to understand what is ARIA, please Google it and go and learn it more. But for now, understand that this is going to help in accessibility. Okay. All right. So now under this role, you see that it is search. Let me copy this search box. First of all, I need to navigate to amazon.com. So await page dot go to let me take only this much, amazon.in, and I'll make the script wait. So remember guys, I have not gone to all the wait methods yet, so that's why I keep using the hard wait. Wait for timeout. I gave some 3 seconds, and then I need to now identify this search box. So as I mentioned, I'm going to use the getByRole. So the moment I write getByRole, as you can see, the first is the role that I have to specify. It has given me all the roles it will accept, right? Alert, alert dialog, application, list box, list items, and everything. So now if I go and check what is the role given for this, the role is search box, correct? So let me use search box. And then I got to use what? I have to use one of the ARIA labels. So here we can see some examples, and we can take that example. Name, but I'm here, the name is different, right? So let me copy that name. And use it. That's it. So I have constructed the getByRole method, and then I'm going to perform the fill operation. So I'm going to enter what I want to search here. So let me search for iPhone 17. Okay, and let's see if the search button has okay, role is button, and then I can use value as go. I'm just checking if there is anything available. Name is also go, so good. So I can use the role as button and then name as go. So after filling this, let me wait for 3 seconds. So after waiting for 3 seconds, I'm going to make a click. So I don't want to do it again and again, so that's why I'm copy pasting it. So the name is go, and but we got to be careful with the case that they have used, capital G and then small o, and then the role is button. Oh sorry, first is role, so it should be button here, and then the name is go. Okay, and then I'll wait for another 3 seconds. Nice. So let me run the script and check if the locators that I've used in my script is going to work or not. Awesome, it worked. It entered iPhone 17, it waits for 3 seconds. Oh yeah, sorry for it. So it has identified the button, but it is trying to perform the fill operation, which is illegal when it comes to a button. So that is why it is throwing the error. Let me remove it and then I'll make it as a click. So let me run it again. So it opened the Amazon website and then entered iPhone 17. Okay, so this is failing. By default, matching is case insensitive and search for substring. Use exact to control this behavior. Okay, let's try to understand why it is failing. Okay, it says strict mode violation and it says it resolved to 18 elements. So whatever strategy that I've used, with that it was able to identify so many elements on the page. Correct? So that is the reason it is failing. Let me see. This is input and then value is go, and it is already suggesting me to go with this if this is the element where I want to perform an operation. So let me go. And then click. Okay. I'm just curious to know or see how many elements are there with that particular thing. So there is a div which has button, and then does it have go there as a name? Maybe it is partially matching what is there in this to say. For example, this one I'll take it and I can explain you. If you read for this particular one, Vivo T4 Pro 5G Blaze Gold, there is a word go in it. So that is why it is resolving into 18 elements, and Playwright is suggesting us to go with exact matches true. The moment when we say exact matches true, then it will become very strict, and if there is any additional characters, it will not match. Okay, with that said, let's run this again. Cool, it entered iPhone 17. Was awesome. It clicked on the search button also. Nice. We have covered this getByRole. So keep practicing this getByRole. And you may also encounter some issues, but read the error message thoroughly. Don't give up when it is throwing errors. When it is throwing errors, check the error message and try to understand what it is exactly saying, and then accordingly you can update your script. And even if it is not working after you update, and if you are not able to understand, put it in the comments. I'll try to help you out on that particular point. Okay, nice. So now we have seen getByRole. Next, let's understand what is the next one on the list. So next is page.getByText. Okay, it is as mentioned to locate by text content. Let me create the next test. So new getByText.spec.js. Just for the interest of time, I'm copy pasting the previous one, and I'm going to make some changes there. So here, instead of getByRole, I say getByText, and then let me remove this, and let's see if there is anything else I can use, any other website I can use for performing this. Okay, let's see. This is the famous web page most of the people will use when they practice automation. Orange HRM Live. Looks like it is slightly slow. Oh yeah, it is very slow. Okay. Fine. Let me try to use this. Since it is slow, I'm a bit skeptical whether to use this or not. Let's try it out. Okay. So I'll go here, await page dot go to. First I have to go to that page, right? So I'm giving that URL. And then next is, let me see if I can use text here. This doesn't have text, so I cannot use it. But what I can do is, I can look for an element which has text. So let's go for login. So if I expand this button, as you see, this is text, correct? So this means for performing click on this button, I can use text. But for the username and password, I don't think I can use text. So that is the reason. What I'm going to do is, let me see if I can use, yeah, perfect. I can use the name and role. So I'll use getByRole strategy for username and password. And then for the button, I'll use the getByText strategy. Let me copy getByRole. Fine. I'll come back here. And after entering these, let me wait for 3 seconds so that you would understand it is entering the username and password. And then I'll use the getByText strategy. Okay, here, as I mentioned, for getByRole for username, this is username, right? Correct. Username is the name. Let me use username here. And then the role is text box. Okay, and let me inspect the password. So name is password. And role is text box. Nice. And then what do I need to fill? They have given it. Username is admin. And then the password is admin123. I'll be waiting for 3 seconds and then I'll do the click. For making the click, I'm going to use getByText. Page.getByText. What is the text that I'm going to use? Login that I'm seeing on this screen. So let me use login. And when I use login, say for example, before I use it, let me first ensure that it is not resulting into multiple logins, okay? Because last time, if you remember, there were so many logins and which was failing. Sorry, not login, so many go button. So due to which our script was failing. So this time also, if I put login, I could see 18 to 19 elements. So to resolve this, what I'm going to do is, I'll put first. So it is going to identify all the elements which has the text login, and then it is going to pick the first one out of it and then make the action or perform the action. So I'll use click. Copy this, paste it. For me, it all looks good. Let me run this. It is navigating to Orange HRM live page. This application has become slow. I need to find another demo application for this trainings. Okay, nice. It has entered admin and password. Did it click the login? This is my page. I don't know whether it clicked or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the wait time. And but only thing is, I just want to ensure the login that I'm using, the button is the first one. Otherwise, it will not make the click. Oh yeah, the first one is it is almost the 12th element. Yeah, see 12 or 13. So in that case, I'm not going to use first, I'll use the nth. This is also inbuilt method available in Playwright. So let me use 13 and see if it is working. Yeah, this is taking time. Let me see if there is any other website I can use for this. Click timeout exceeded. Okay. If it is exceeding, that is fine. Let me see if I have another. Sample application. Okay, let me Google it. Sample login for automation. Oh, this is good. This is far better. So let's replace our test. Because Orange application is slow and any debug that we need to do, it is taking too much time. So I'm going to change my strategy. The only thing I need to ensure is getByRole for the username and password. So this is input, username and text box. Nice. And password and text box. Nice. So I don't need to do any change here. Let me see if the submit button, it has ID as well as it has the text submit. Let me use it. I'm going to remove them. It waited. Strict mode violation. What it is saying? It has identified 4 elements, but the first one is the button. All others are just something else, right? The B means it is trying to bold this character, so I don't want to make click on these. I want to click on the button, so the first will work here. Cool. Let me run this now. Nice, it has clicked on the login button. Now it has come to the point where the login successful message is displayed. So it's waiting for 10 seconds and it says it has passed. Alright guys, so it is simple. As long as the text that you are reading on the screen or in the DOM is present only once, it will be very straightforward and it will work easily. But in case it is matching multiple elements, then you got to put the index. If it's first, yeah, use first. If it is last, you can use last. Otherwise, you have to use nth. I'll talk about those first, last, and nth and all in another session where I'll be explaining about the locator strategy using CSS and XPath and all. But for now, just focus on the different inbuilt locators available, locator identification mechanism available in Playwright, and learn them. And this session we have covered getByRole and getByText. In the next session, we would cover the others. So we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll cover them. And then we'll come to getByLocator. Okay. So we'll complete these 5 and then we'll come to getByLocator. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment box. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Until we see in the next video, bye from me. Thanks a lot.